Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
That's a good idea.
There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus's real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck.
What happened in Adamant is a shame. I'm still reeling over the army of demons. Imagine what would have happened if the Inquisitor hadn't arrived.
You read the report?
It was unusual. Is he always so blunt?
Yes.
to report, sir.
A place to set up camp, perhaps.
Chantry symbol out here? Odd.
Visitors? Thank the Maker. It's been so long since I've spoken to anyone. Have you come to observe the wildlife too?
I think I found your supplies. A dead man out in the desert had these on him.
Dead? Blessed Andraste. What about Marcus or Jeannette? This is terrible news. I am Frédéric of Serrault, foremost researcher of draconology in Orlais. I came here with an expedition from the university. But the others are all missing, and our work has been halted. White Claw raiders have made off with much of our supplies. You will help me reclaim the equipment, will you not? You will champion the advancement of science.
I have the supplies you were waiting for right here.
Some of our equipment is still missing. If you happen to find more of it, please let me know.
You're a scholar. What can you tell me about this region?
The Western Approach is a remarkable place, as you are no doubt aware. Many magnificent creatures make their home here. Vargusts, dragons, phoenixes. They thrive where few others can. The land was poisoned by the Second Blight. The Warden Fortress has stood since that time. Before the Blight, the ancient Imperium ruled here. Actually, I saw some Tevinters recently. Studying the runes, perhaps.
We'll have to speak some other time.
Inquisitor.
Something here. Better take a closer look.
One down!
Okay, can anyone hear me? Because I think I fixed the audio. The plug seems to have been pulled a little loose. You can hear me now? Apparently the headphone jack just needed to be wiggled around a little bit, because I unplugged the actual mic and set it back in there. So yay, you can hear me again, for all the good it will ever do me. Hello to people that have just joined us and can actually hear me this time. Welcome.
Inquisitor.
Don't fall down the abyssal ledge. Let's try not to fall down and die, because that would be really bad. Yes, I pre-ordered this game like with a year before release. Well, this one actually has a mic that can be pulled out, so more than likely I can just get a replacement part from Sound Blaster. Because I haven't had these headphones that long for them to just totally go out on me. But I did keep moving the mic around to get a good distance moving without and the stream is pausing on my end for some reason. So if it pauses for you, like the actual live play, it's just pausing randomly. So, Tweedell, have you played Inquisition? If so, say hi, let me know if I'm spoiling anything for you. Oh hey, more people have joined us, welcome. So for the people who have just joined the stream, I've been playing Inquisition by community vote over the weekend as part of the Spawn for Good fundraising. spawn on me. There's information, and Inda has been Ethereum and dropping links in while I play. So if you have questions, feel free to ask, and I will try to answer in chat. Only statues, unfortunately.
Shall we knock?
Gladly.
Anyone who's ever wondered, this is one of the doors that gives up sad splinters for that weapon that is basically a club with a banana nailed to it. I know it's silly, but actually can use it as this epic level weapon.
Venatori! Meet them! Prepare them! We serve, Inquisitor, in life and in death!
It does have a lot of down. List that Lillian posted actually is currently up December 2nd of 2014. And I think Endo or someone else posted out that it may only happen until in Oh, there must be someone left to defeat. door is supposed to open. Oh, you.
Here, Inquisitor! I am ready to serve! Light is nothing! He will reign! Someone get over here!
What?
I join your glory.
Slap a coat of paint on it, you'd have a halfway decent hovel.
Considering that the devs like to troll fans, I would not believe that unless I actually saw it in a news release. Wow, I've been playing for 6.5 hours.
Inquisitor, you're early. We've barely been set up a week. I have a patrol out at the moment. Some of the men cited darkspawn in the area. I have reports that bandits have taken up squatting in the fortress the wardens abandoned. We're reasonably well entrenched here, but the keep's water supply has been problematic. It's causing delays. I'll prepare the troops for inspection.
I wanted to at least get to Halam Sharal before I knocked off playing for the day, because I played like for 10 hours yesterday. And as much as I enjoy playing Inquisition, I do need to do things like laundry.
What can you tell me about the
and
dark area?
apartment.
The darkspawn seem to
So,
have emerged
where
since
all would you
losing
like
the
to
keep.
see before I
I've
do
warned the
call it
troops
quits
not to engage
for
unless
the day?
absolutely necessary. We don't need a blight in the ranks. We have to find whatever hole the monsters came from and seal it.
What's wrong with the water supply?
The fort's well is full of garbage. Blasted Venatori threw corpses in there. There's an oasis nearby, but a Vargast claimed it. Doing a decent job of keeping us away, too. 4 soldiers have already fallen to venom and claws. We'll need reinforcements to drive the monster out.
Report. What's the situation in the Warden's fortress?
Bandits moved in. Worse than Quillbacks, if you ask me. They're holed up in there.
Well, we could
using it
go
as a
to
base to
Orlais
strike us
and
supply
advance the
caravans.
plot with Josephine, because I think that
Blasted
actually advances her romance as well.
Report, Captain.
Since people
What's the
did want me
situation
to
in the western
romance
approach?
Josephine. So if you want me to do
Dearly
that, let me
quiet
know in the
since
chat.
Warden's left.
Or if there's a
I'm
strong
just waiting
objection
like
to
a
do
cat
that.
for rocking chairs. We've already had an archdemon. I don't want to guess what will
It's
come
okay,
next.
Garian Kings. I was trying to get
Carry
further,
on,
but
Captain.
Halam Sharal
Yes,
requires
Christopher.
30 power, and I don't think I am close enough to 30 power to do Halam Sharal before I call it quits.
They're afraid. Good.
Okay, so let's go to Orlais. And help out our intrepid ambassador. So I know this is part of her arc if you decide to romance her. And I've only seen a video of her romance since I've not actually done it. I think you can, if you decide to do the whole restore the minor nobility, if that is longer, versus letting Liliana destroy the contract, I think.
Disastrous what it is, and you know it.
Theirs were not the only houses. They'll appoint a new divine soon. One will make you stand up.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Poivers invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
Lead the way.
I mean, granted, I could play longer because I also get tomorrow off, so let's see how far we get before I am, like, far too tired to keep playing. Or just have, you know, stuff to get accomplished for the weekend.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Poivers.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
I hope helping us doesn't endanger you.
Hardly. Even a brush with someone as well known as yourself can become a great asset in Val Royal. Giving you the identity of those who murdered Lady Montile's messengers seemed the least I could do. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archive. Contract for a life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montillier's trading exile in Orlais.
Overly complicated assassination plots are part of Orlesian politics, I take it.
They're all too common, I'm afraid.
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royaux. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
I'll do what I can to stop these attacks, Josephine.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I think I may know how. The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilier. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets. But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montillier's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow.
I really wish Zephyrin made an appearance other than a random letter, depending on your choices.
I'm guessing the actual Comte Boisvert met with a fatal accident.
Comte Boisvert slumbers in a nearby closet. Nothing more. The contract on Lady Montillier's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out the Du Paraquet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today. Should I kill the assassin
or let him go?
Only to speak. Might I pass?
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Well, it is the Orlesian game.
May we conclude with my departure?
Not be polite would be very... It'd probably be a misstep in the game. I'll let him go, because it probably lends you more favor toward romancing Josie.
My lady, I pray we'd never meet again.
He's really not worth killing, to be honest.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhome. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
I like how they give you a nice, convenient door to go right back home. Oh yes, Lyrium and Carrion Kings, if you're not following each other, you totally should on Tumblr. Because I'm sure, oh, shit, I forgot all about the Duke. Hello, Sam. I just kind of walked off and forgot about the Comte. Oops. Oh well. Sorry, Comte Bouvet.
Any story?
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
You couldn't have known it would lead to this House of Repose coming
Well,
after
I was
you.
saying before someone
Still
reminded
shouldn't
me
have
that I
slipped
kind
past
of neglected
I've
to
tracked
rescue
down the
the
last
Comte.
Duparakets.
That
If they become
Lyrium and
gently,
Carrion
they can
Kings
annul
totally
the
follow
contract
each
on
other
my
on
life.
Tumblr if they
We'll
don't
require
already.
a noble from Val Royeaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate
Yeah, I'm
it
sure
and
somebody
destroy the
came by
original,
and found him.
the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
However, if they damage
Liliana,
that
please.
armor,
I want no more
they
bloodshed
probably
over a
weren't fine.
personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royeaux?
If destroying the original contract will satisfy the guild, I say we do it.
But I'm sure my plan will work, Inquisitor.
Whatever happens, I'll assign you more guards. The House of Repose won't be idle long.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the Duparakets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royeaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
Any Venatori activity?
If my agents find anything, you will be the first to know.
At your service.
I went from barely any war table missions
Our
to
soldiers
all
handled
war table
themselves well
missions.
in Adamant.
We've come a long way since Haven. I fear there's still a ways to go, but we're prepared.
It's good to see you.
Where were you raised, Josephine?
I was born in Antiva City, but when I turned 15, Mother declared I'd attend finishing school in Val Royeaux.
So I know I
I
sent people to
bowled into
jail
her skirts the
earlier,
day I had
but
to
they
leave.
were not actually in the Skyhold jail.
You
So I'm
must
not
have
sure if
missed her
that's a bug
terribly.
or not.
I did. And she was most unsympathetic to my wailing. But my mother only wanted the best for me. Living in Orlais was an education in itself.
What did you learn at this finishing school in Valroyo?
Among other things, mathematics, rhetoric, poetry, history, logic, and a great deal of etiquette. I still remember Madame Beventir's switch on my knuckles when I forgot the basic tenets of Nevaran dining customs. For a dowager approaching her 80th year, she had quite the arm.
Let's speak later.
Another time.
Bianca.
I appreciate the warning, but you shouldn't have come yourself. What if the guild found out, or what's his name?
Are you worrying for me or for yourself?
A little of column A, a little of column B. I am the expendable one, after all.
Oh, don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll just have to... Well, this is a surprise. You're the Inquisitor, right? Bianca Davry, at your service.
Your name is Bianca?
It's a common name. Half the girls in the Merchants Guild are named Bianca. The other half are named Helga. I lucked out.
I take it you're a friend of Varric's.
Who isn't a friend of Varric's? You have met him before, right?
Any friend of Varric's is welcome here.
Be careful saying things like that. Some of his friends you don't want to meet. Well, maybe you do. Who am I to judge?
Bianca's got a lead on where Corypheus got his red lyrium.
The site of Bartran's Folly, the tag Varric found, has been leaked. There's a Deep Roads entrance crawling with strange humans carting out red lyrium by the handful.
We need to deal with this. As long as he has this source, Corypheus is that much more powerful.
I couldn't agree more.
I'll keep an eye on their operation. If you're interested in shutting it down, you've got my help. Try not to leave me waiting too long, Varric. I've got my own work to do, you know.
Right. That's not going to be trouble at all.
So, shall
Let
we,
me know when you want to head to the entrance.
find out more about Bianca and Varric? Or are you guys pretty much worn out, because this does mark hour 7 of me playing Inquisition for you all. Okay, Carrion, let's see how far we can get, because, most I'll probably play is another hour, because, hey, dinner.
Commander Cullen did good work at Adamant. Breached those walls like he'd done it a dozen times. Nice job with the demons, by the way.
Enough power to do Adamant, or Halam Sharal, unfortunately.
Can you think of any other tasks suitable for the Chargers?
You sealed the main rift at Adamant, but the fortress is still a mess. Demons, Darkspawn, making knows what. I can take Rocky out there with some of the boys. They know how to bring down walls. We can't close rifts, but we can bury the bastards under a ton of rubble.
We'll talk later.
Again.
Oh, this is the part you don't like, Lyrium. I'm sorry. Oh no, it's not so much rest. I just need to.
This is why the Tune doesn't like women fighting.
Junk food that I've been
I should have asked
on.
Cullen.
Is this the same Sam that I follow on Tumblr? Because I'm guessing your Twitch name may not be the same.
Perhaps you can take over.
Gunari training exercise to master your fear. I heard about the nightmare at Adamant. Sounded big.
All right.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Damn demon. Who's stuck in the fade, huh?
You fought in that siege. Every demon at Adamant wanted to tear you in half.
I bet, you demon assholes! And who
You didn't even
killed
go to
you?
Fable.
That's right. Iron fucking Bull! I needed that. Thanks, boss.
Didn't know you liked it that rough.
Only from you, boss. Only from you.
I swear, I'm getting like a cutscene every other person I talk to.
I can keep staring at this, but I won't get any closer.
Keep banging your head against the problem. It'll go away eventually.
I'm predictable, I know. I suppose I'll never find them on my own. You recall the demon at Therenfall? The one impersonating Lord Seeker Lucius? We never found the real Lord Seeker, or his body. Indeed, I've seen no hint of any Seekers amongst the Red Templars, or anywhere. I have a growing suspicion Corypheus has imprisoned them.
Why imprisoned? He could just as easily have killed them.
Not easily. But yes, they may be dead. Yet a demon of envy does not kill whomever it replaces. It hides them away and learns about them. There must be a trail we can follow, yet so far I have only discovered hints.
But they could have ended up just like the Red Templars.
Seekers do not use lyrium. I assume Corypheus gained control of the Templars by corrupting the lyrium they were already taking. To do the same to a Seeker, you'd have to force the lyrium upon him. That may be what happened, but it couldn't have begun that way. We're missing a piece of the puzzle, Inquisitor. I need to find it.
Finding them obviously means a lot to you.
I left the Order, but I can never abandon them. I cannot even claim that rescuing them would be beneficial. They wouldn't look kindly on the Inquisition. But even so, if there's a chance... If we can spare resources to follow up on these leads, Inquisitor, I would appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for posting the link up, Lyrium. I will check and see if the total has gone up. No, it is holding steady at $31.95. Yes. Where was I gonna go? I totally forgot. So let's talk to Varric and go chase Bianca.
Need something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient Tig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject. Need something?
About that lead of yours, Varric.
Sure. The sooner we take care of it, the better.
Do you think this lead of hers is real?
Bianca's too much of a researcher to pass me information without verifying it first. But if you're asking whether she'd lie to us, maybe set us up, it's possible. Not likely, though. She risked the wrath of the Guild coming in person. A message would have sufficed. Whatever she found in that entrance shook her up. That worries me.
carry on.
Interesting. You don't get the options to ask him about Hawk if you import a default world state. Oh wait, I need to go check in with my trainer, because I think I have enough components.
Were you there? Did you see what they did?
Well, this is bad. I seem to be stuck. And I'm pressing buttons and nothing happened. Maybe that's my sign I need to quit playing. Because she's not moving, and I'm not moving, and I'm not getting any options to talk to her.
Hello? Yeah? No, I can't commit yet.
Hello? Yes? I am waiting for you to complete your task. If you do so,
never
you
mind.
can be a rift mage. I know how not to die, and I can teach it.
Hello,
it's
he smiles.
incredible.
Very well. Show
Yes,
me how this should go.
I think it is.
You have already received the
I
instructions
bought
and
this
need
for
to
the
follow it very
PS4 and
carefully,
PC, but
or there will be consequences.
I admit that I'm biased because I have been a huge BioWare fangirl forever and ever. Amen. Have you played the other Dragon Age games? Well, that's weird. I already, spoke to the trainer. It's like I hadn't spoken to her before. I wonder if this is a glitch.
Hello? Yes? I am waiting for you to complete your task. If you do so, you can be a rift mage. I know how...